What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hoop Hogs video mailbag. Curtis Wilkerson here with Inside Arkansas and the Pod at the Palace, and we're continuing our preseason player preview series of the guys who are expected to be in Arkansas's rotation. There's 9 of them, and today is Adou Thiero, somebody that I'm really excited to talk about. You know, honestly, there could be a pretty compelling argument, I think, to be made for several guys, but Adou Thiero being one of them in terms of who is Arkansas's most important player coming into this season, for 2 reasons, really. One, if you watched him, he impacts the game in literally every way that you possibly can. So obviously there's a lot of value in that, but also if he makes the leap that a lot of people would expect him to, I think the floor and the ceiling for Arkansas, it's higher. It raises significantly. I really do believe that. You know, Thiero is such a unique player. He really is. I mean, guy who grew up as a guard, has guard skills, hit a crazy growth streak, and now he's like a guard in a power forward's body. He's 6'8", 220 plus, solid as a rock. If you look at him, the dude is chiseled out of granite. Impressive looking athlete. There are very, 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 very few players in the country who I think could legitimately play and defend all 5 positions on the floor. Thiero is one of them. He is. Do you want him to be your center? No, probably not. Do you want him to be your point guard? No, probably not. But could he function out there? Absolutely. And then he could thrive at the other spots. Just a brilliant defender, in my opinion. I think one of the best in the SEC and could be one of the best in the country, honestly, because he's so versatile. He can keep SEC guards and wings in front. He can legitimately defend the post. And he can switch really any screens and hold his own pretty seamlessly there. I think offensively is where the most development needs to happen for Thiero. I think everybody would probably agree with that. He's got some skills. He's effective, just not super smooth just yet. And honestly, ever since our man Kingsley kind of dropped a Draymond Green comp for Thiero, I haven't been able to shake it. I have not been able to shake it. You'll see that in this video clip that I'm going to play shortly. Every single time he's leading the break, I'm like, man, I feel like I've seen this before. Some uncanny similarities there. But hey, Draymond is a guy who impacts the game in so many different ways for Golden State, and it doesn't have to always be scoring. And it's kind of what you see for Thiero, even though Arkansas is hoping that he takes the next step as an offensive threat this season. But man, he can do a lot of things. He's I think a really, really good, savvy basket cutter. He does play above the rim. This is a dude who led Kentucky, a Kentucky team who had a bunch of 5-star athletes, a bunch of 7-footers. He led Kentucky in dunks last season. So it can be offensive rebounds, lobs, whatever. He'll poke it on you now. And I think if you want to see an illustration, just ask our man Big Z. The reaction there from Carter Knox, I think, says it all. He's an impressive athlete. He's going to do some highlight worthy plays there for Arkansas, above the rim, Sports Center top 10 type stuff. You could look forward to a little bit of that, I think, for sure. The handle for him needs to tighten up some. Again, you'll see that in the highlight clip that we're going to play. I think that's probably why I like him best as maybe a small ball 4-man. For Arkansas, because his athleticism just really creates some mismatches there. He can get away with some of the things with the loose handle, playing down at that spot, but he's just fine and more than serviceable as a wing, especially if you have floor spacing. So if you've got a Nelly Davis out there and a Boogie Fland out there and a Trevin Brazil at the 4, and a Big Z at the 5, and then you just have just a supreme athlete like Adou Thiero, just roaming and hunting the glass and the backboards and basket cutting. I think it could be a lot of fun. I really do. He's got some upside as a passer. Sometimes I feel like he might dribble himself into trouble a little bit too much. He's guilty of the leaving his feet to make a pass, which is a little bit of a cardinal sin. But he's got good instincts in there. You can tell that he sees the floor pretty well. At the end of the day, though, I really think that it's just all about the jumper for Theiro, right? 32% career 3-point shooter. That's not bad. You take that from him, but not enough volume for you to really qualify him as a shooter or a threat out there. Honestly, he's only made 10 3-pointers in 2 seasons. Need to see an uptick there. I think you do. You'll see in the clip that there's potential in that jump shot. Absolutely. There are things to like about it. And if he makes the leap, honestly, that's the difference right now in him being, draftable in the late first, early second round or not. I think there's reasons for optimism. He's an 80% free throw shooter. Okay, and that's usually a decent barometer that you can stretch it effectively, and like unless your name is Ricky Council or whatever. But I'm going to play this clip with a little bit of commentary here, and you'll see just a little bit of everything that he brings to the table. Now, keep in mind, it's a highlight clip, so it's all going to be positive. These are all going to be good things, but it'll give you an idea, I think, of the versatility that he brings to the table. On his head. Getting middle, driving. That's a nice dish. There you go. Offensive rebound. So right away, drives the floor, dunks on somebody, drives middle, draws a defender, dumps it off. Very nice. Crashes the board, offensive glass, throws it down. Exactly what you love to see. There we go. See what I said about him leading the break, looking like Draymond Green? You're going to see this about 2 or 3 times here in the next 30 seconds, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Finds his man out there, knocks down a 3. Okay, not too shabby. This is what I mean by post defense. Honestly, he's down there walling up and chesting up. You can see his physical strength. He looks like a center down there guarding the post up. He's not getting back down. He's not losing ground there. He's defending the post better than Trevin Brazil does. Look at that. Wall up, get tall, vertical, no foul, blocks it. That's good. That's really good stuff. There's some more of that Draymond Green floater action. I could do without that. You're so strong and powerful, man. Just get to the rack, finish on somebody, or get to the line. You're a good free throw shooter, too. There we go with the in and out on TV. There we go. Lob City. We're going to see quite a bit of that. Here he is leading the break. Draymond Green again. Just a little, you see what I mean about how it's effective. It's not the smoothest. It's a little bit unorthodox, a little herky-jerky at times, but Buddy, he's one of those guys. He's kind of like the LeBron James of college basketball from the standpoint of he is just a freight train coming downhill that most people probably do not want to get in front of. Another cut there. Good stuff. Didn't have anything. Kicked it out. Relocates. And then there's that 3. That's actually really, really good. Really good stuff there. He didn't try to force anything. Got it back out. Relocated to the corner. Got his feet set for 3. And you can see it's a little compact there. The jumper, the release, not a whole lot of elevation, but that's not awful form. It's really not. Bang. Block. Hey, there's a little big Z to Theiro action. You guys like that drop off? Usually it's the wing dropping it off to the 7'2" guy for a dunk, but here you have a jumbo wing who's a super athlete, and then a 7'2" center who's going to be one of the better passers that you have. I like that. Driving middle. See, it's a little over dribbling, leaves his feet to make the pass. Not crazy about that, but there you see him making his impact defensively. Just read that pass all the way, jumped the lane, and then he's off to the races. And again, it's a big, strong dude. Got the goaltend there, bucket. Love it. I thought he was going to finish on his head there, but that's powerful stuff. Goes and gets it. That's a bad pass. Corrals it, kicks it out, 3. There's another catch and shoot 3. That's not bad for him. He's not going to be taking a bunch of off the dribble 3-pointers right there. Drive, kick, spot up, feet set, bang. That's not bad. Not bad looking. There's some potential there. More above the rim stuff, which you love. I like that. Again, that's why I like him as a small ball power forward. You get a tall, lanky forward out there who doesn't move well laterally, and you're strong and physical and super athletic. You just rip and go right by him. That's an emphatic block. I do like that. Who's that? Was that Vescovy? Who was that? There he is impacting that play defensively. Shout out to DJ Wagner. Yep. And your guy makes a play defensively and he sprints back down the floor. You reward him. You love to see that. Little too tall right there, but he knows what he's working with. Walls up, doesn't foul, forces the miss. Good closeout and contest. Blocks the 3, gets back in transition. He's an animal now. The one thing you can say about him for sure is he's got some super motor. Very good. All right. That was fun. I like that. So a lot of things you can be excited about with Theiro. A lot of things he's got to work on too. I was surprised at Torvik. Honestly, we've kind of referenced their projections with all these guys that we've done so far. And if you haven't seen the previews on Nelly Davis and Boogie Flan, go check those out. Theiro averaged 7.2 points and 5 boards at Kentucky last season, a pretty loaded, pretty deep roster. Torvik only has him projected for 4.5 points and 3 rebounds for Arkansas this season. And he's a guy who's probably going to play upwards of 30 minutes a game. It's a shorter rotation. And he's also in year 3 under Calipari. So there's a certain level of comfort there and mastery of the system to where he's not thinking, he's just playing. 4.5 points, 3 rebounds. I would double both of those. I think I would double both of those in my projections for Theiro. We'll see if I wind up being right or not. But that'll wrap us up for this one. Definitely another exciting player to look forward to for Arkansas. Tomorrow, TB2 has become TB4. Trevor Brazil changed the jersey number to number 4. Everybody knows all about him, but we're going to talk about what we expect from him. It's going to be a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Make sure you get subscribed to the YouTube channel Inside Arkansas. I'll be back with you tomorrow. It's been Curtis Wilkerson with the Pot at the Palace. Everybody have a good day.